From Coco Pond Casino, Bellator Fighting Championships on MTV2 and in HD on FX2, along with Everlast. Greatness is within. Now move to the Bantamweight Tournament, the first semifinal round fight, 3 5-minute rounds brought to you by the Rum Diary, starring Johnny Depp in theaters October 28th. And now, fighting first out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in at 135 pounds. Impressive as a professional, 11 victories, only 2 defeats. From Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, introducing Eduardo Dantas. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner at 5'9", weighing in at 135 pounds. As a professional, his record stands at 17-5. Fighting out of Tucson, Arizona, presenting Ed Wild West. And the third man inside the cage, referee Jason Herzog.
Fighter's gone over the rules in the back there. No final questions from you, Blue.
Nope.
No final questions from you, Red. Touch gloves, come out ready to fight.
In the semifinal round of the Bantamweight tournament, elbows to the head are not allowed. The winner advances to the Season 5 Bantamweight Tournament Championship. The winner of this tournament receives a world title fight versus champion Zach Makovsky, the bell in round number 1. Tonight's Fight Clock is sponsored by the Rum Diary, starring Johnny Depp, in theaters October 28th.
Now, Dantas said he wants to press forward and make Ed West feel his power. Can he do that in the opening round?
Eduardo,
good right-left combo.
Eduardo Dantas, the Brazilian, is in the blue trunks. Ed West, the American, from nearby Tucson, Arizona, about a 3-hour drive away, is in the black trunks. Jason Herzog is the referee.
Oh, good right hand.
Both clubbing and clipping on the overhand right thrown by the 22-year-old Eduardo Dantas.
One thing I think Dantas has more than West is finishing power. I think he's a harder hitter.
Dantas telling us he did not feel that West was a dangerous fighter. Derisively, he said West just tries to score points and win a decision. When West talked about his strategy, though, that's basically what he described. Obviously, you want to finish a fight, but West wants to be elusive, he wants to be smart, he wants to be slick, in and out in the stand-up. Just missing with that kick.
Dantas just getting in range and throwing leather.
Good body kick a moment ago by West. West felt that he was definitely the superior kicker of these two fighters. Push kick there by Dantas.
I think Ed West can do a lot more. He throws from a lot of different funny angles. Eduardo might have a simpler style, but I think he hits harder. He's a little more basic.
Now that James Storm is the TNA heavyweight champion, what will change? Find out on an all-new Impact Wrestling this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Spike.
Dantas really finding a hope for that right
hand by Dantas, and he's looking to finish full on ground and pound. Big shots with the right hand by Dantas.
Now, Ed West so hard to finish, but he ate a huge shot there.
West closes guard, trying to hold on. Dantas just picks him up. West trying to keep his opponent close.
Dantas, a Novignon black belt, has outstanding submission skills. Ed West going for the armbar.
Cage walk by West into the armbar transition.
He's got it.
Going belly down now is Ed West looking for the finish.
But Dantas stepped over him. That angle, it's very hard to finish.
And Dantas pulls his left hand free. Both fighters back to their feet. What action here, Jimmy.
Man, that is the worst we've ever seen Ed West hurt in the Bellator cage. That right hand nailed him. Problem with Ed West's style is he's in and out, very unorthodox, not always tight with his left hand, not always thinking defense. That's why he ate that right.
Good knee by Dantas.
You know, West is not a guy we often see initiating a clinch, but that is what he is doing. I think he now has respect for the punching power of Eduardo Dantas.
Bouncing the step of Ed West.
You see what he does? He walks forward with his hands down. That's why he's eating those right hands.
Look at the tight hands of Eduardo Dantas. Good left hand by Dantas on the inside. West now circling back on his bike. Good uppercut by West. That's his best punch of this fight. That uppercut dropped Dantas, who popped right back to his feet. West now with the knee. Dantas tries to turn. Good defense by West, and the foot stomp.
One thing about Ed West, he's a very smart fighter. He knows a lot of tricks like the foot stomp. That's the first time we've really seen Ed West uncomfortable in a stand-up exchange. It's on the feet, and he is not winning. That's the first time we've seen that. Of course, we saw Zach Makovsky out-wrestle him. This is the first time we've seen him outgunned in a kickboxing match. Good knee.
What a high knee there by West, and then he backs off. Dantas coming forward, push kick by West, just missed the mark. Chopping low kick there by West. Now finding his range. Final minute of a great round number 1.
And you notice Dantas not trying to kick with Ed West. He's letting Ed West kick, and he's coming in, getting into punching range and throwing combinations. I think that's a good strategy.
A kick a moment ago by Ed West, definitely blocked by Eduardo Dantas. Steps in with the right hand.
That's what he does. He steps forward with those three-shot combination, blasting Ed West, getting him against the fence.
Oh, that
Beautiful
was slick on the takedown. West, though, to his credit, right back to his feet. West fishing for an outside trip. Short, sharp left hand there by Dantas. Again, West on his bicycle. Now feinting, coming forward, throws the head kick. Blocked by Dantas. What a round!
West, Ed.
Ed West coming back with a big shot, an uppercut catching Dantas coming in. Actually takes him off his feet. Great first round.
Round number 2, bantamweight tournament semifinal number 1. Jimmy, how do you score that round?
I score it 10-9 for Eduardo Dantas. He simply did more damage on the feet. He really had Ed West hurt with that right hand. That was a good uppercut by Ed West, but I didn't think Dantas really hurt. I think it kind of caught him off balance.
Eduardo Dantas is in the blue trunks. Ed West is in the black trunks.
Now this is what Ed West wants from the outside, using those kicks. Throw things at the kid that he hasn't seen before.
The quote that West gave us is, "I want to be crafty and elusive." He's an extremely cerebral fighter, one of the most studious fighters that either of us have ever encountered in this sport.
Good right hands. Nice head kick. Partially blocked.
West pours out over hours and hours of video on his opponents, looking for strengths, weaknesses, and tendencies.
This is where he's having trouble competing with Dantas, is in punching range. Dantas is throwing, oh, great push
Big
kick.
push kick there.
Is once Dantas is inside, he's the harder hitter, and West just isn't keeping up on the inside.
22-year-old Eduardo Dantas, pro MMA debut at the age of 18, March of 2007, holds the rank of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yet West talked about maybe, because I've been working on my wrestling, I'll instigate a takedown. He did go belly down on the armbar against the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
He certainly did. Ed West has an outstanding ground game. Leg kicks have been very effective so far. But man, Dantas just walks through that outside game and makes it a tight boxing match. That's where he's so far been beating Ed West.
Dantas getting to the inside, throws the knee, pushes West back. Next Saturday, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern on MTV2 and on Epix2 in HD. Bellator semifinal round tournament action continues with the heavyweights, plus welterweight world champion Ben Askren will defend his title versus season 4 tournament champion Jay Haran. It all begins with the Bellator prelims live at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Spike.com and on Bellator.com. Dantas applying a lot of pressure. West looking to turn with his back against the Bellator cage fence. Knee by West. Another knee by West. Dantas still applying a lot of pressure. Dantas looking for the outside trip. He got that once before. Wow, that was slick. Kick the other peg out.
Very nice. He's having trouble keeping Ed West down, but now he's giving up his back. Both hooks in, now triangle body lock.
Body triangle held by Eduardo Dantas, looking for the rear naked choke and throwing the left hand. How slick was that?
That was beautiful. This is not where Ed West wants to be.
West throwing the backwards right hands. West, though, having to play defense at the moment. All offense being played by Dantas.
When you have Andre Pendenares and Vitor Shaolin in your corner, you know jiu-jitsu. This is not where he wants to be.
Dantas thinking rear naked choke. You see the body triangle. Locking on the rear naked choke.
Right now it's a chin lock, but it might be deep enough.
That is tight, just below the lower lip. The fighter's about 5 feet away from our commentary position. We can see it. It's over the mouth.
I think Dantas can't finish from here. And Ed West, beautiful job spinning out.
Well done by West. Now that's cool as you like. Escape the rear naked choke, turn, and now top position. Close guard held by Dantas. I love this fight.
That's an outstanding fight. This is what the bantamweights are all about. A lot of different positions, a lot of different techniques.
West talking to Dantas. Trouble is Dantas only speaks Portuguese, not English.
Dantas looking hard for the armbar.
West pops his left arm out. Big right hand by West as he dove in.
Dantas able to get his hands up and block that shot, though.
2 high-level, high-energy rounds. Final minute of round number 2. Both fighters have been in trouble. Close guard held by Dantas, now going rubber guard. West bearing right hands to the rib cage. Big right hand, that was sneaky by West. West now using his head as a lever, a good wrestling trick, pushing in. Dantas still holding a tight guard. See Dantas trying to shrimp it in a tough position against the base of the fence. Dantas now holding a guillotine position. Round 1 was excellent. Round 2 at the same level, maybe even higher. Here comes round number 3 of what far has been an outstanding first bantamweight tournament semifinal. Eduardo Dantas versus Ed West, the winner through to the championship of the season 5 135-pound tournament. Jimmy, how do you see this thus far?
I've given the first 2 rounds to Eduardo Dantas. Ed West finished strong, but Dantas, great punching, took his back. I give him that second round 10-9.
Eduardo Dantas is in the blue trunks. Ed West is in the black trunks. Dantas said that he wanted to apply constant pressure, work to the inside with strikes. I think by and large he's lived up to that game plan.
That's a great push kick. It's very flashy, but it doesn't hurt a guy. It takes them off their feet, keeps them from coming in. The problem is if he's behind on the judges' scorecard 2-0, Ed West is not an outstanding finisher. We haven't seen him land knockout blows so far in Bellator.
On the shot to single leg by Dantas. Nicely done on the sprawl by West, who has really been focusing on his wrestling.
And he's unbelievably flexible as well. That helps a lot. And I'm impressed with the takedown of Dantas.
Foot stomp again by Ed West. Knee by Dantas. West trying to get back to the final. The runner-up in Bellator's inaugural Season 3 Bantamweight tournament. He said he learned from being a finalist. You cannot over-peak. You have to watch your training. You have to really be smart over these 3 months, 3 fights.
Yeah, that's really not fight camp time. Fight a month is not exactly how you do it at this level.
He felt that would give him an edge against the 22-year-old Dantas in this bout.
Well, he's been here before. He has more experience. He knows how to be successful in the Bellator tournament.
Dantas again looking for the outside trip.
You know, he's been doing that a lot. He takes the outside trip, uses it as a scoop for the single leg. That's beautiful. Ed West, you can tell, has been working on his takedown defense. But also, Dantas just not on the level of a guy like a Zach Makovsky.
In terms of wrestling.
In terms of his wrestling, his takedown ability. And also, Zach Makovsky, short, stocky, powerful. These are 2 stand-up fighters.
Zach Makovsky is, of course, Bellator's reigning 135-pound world champion. The winner of this tournament will face Makovsky in what will be Zach Makovsky's first defense of his title. Low kick there by West. The pace has slowed down in round 3, but quite frankly, how could it not?
Oh, man, these guys can't keep the pace they kept in the first 2 rounds.
Superman punch there by West, just missed the mark with the right hand.
A lot of this might be who thinks they're ahead on the scorecards. I know both guys want to finish. But Will Dantas take his foot off the gas?
Remember, Dantas wants to be on the inside, West wants to be on the outside.
Something happened. I think we had a clash of heads.
Accidental headbutt there, a clash of heads, time called by referee Jason Herzog. Dantas is saying he took the headbutt unintentional, although it may have been into the eye.
Fighter. Up. He's a translator.
No,
I can't talk to him. I need to translate,
in.
please. You.
Andre
please.
Pederneiras cannot come in.
Fighter? No. You need to translate for me.
Okay.
You need to translate for him. Put away.
That was
Translate.
a
Hurry.
the right thumb in the eye, I believe. As he was coming in, the right thumb went into his eye.
This is it?
Take another look at it. When he was coming in, you see Ed West pushed, and his right thumb, you see it right here, opened his hand, and that right hand, the thumb went into his eye. We can see it from the other angle. He took a thumb right in his eye.
Go. Let's go. Good. Out. Hold on. Space.
One more look at it.
Wait. Back.
Yep, that right thumb went right into his eye as he was coming in.
Good. Watch your fingers, yeah? Ready? Let's go.
Dantas is ready, time in. Referee Jason Herzog felt that it was accidental. There was no bad intentions on the part of Ed West. No point deduction, not even a verbal warning, and we continue. West picking up the volume now. Closing stages. Wow, that was slick. Then the high push kick. Good left hand. Chopping thigh kick there on the outside by West, then to the inside on the kick.
And the problem is that all of these are good point shots. They are not knockout blows, even if they land. I think that's what Ed West needs right now. Oh, another good right hand. Now he's mad.
West acknowledged that it was the left hand.
Once again, we're seeing Eduardo Dantas just landing the harder punches.
Dantas just acknowledged the thigh kick there. Final minute. What thus far has been an outstanding fight, the winner through to this Season 5 Bantamweight Tournament Championship. West feinting there with the right hand. Dantas just missing with the overhand right. Kick there by West to the body. Still Dantas comes forward. Still Ed West on his bicycle. Switch kick there.
But, you know, Dantas staying tight, hands up. None of these are getting through. Another good right hand. That was a good right.
Short right on the inside by West. Low kick again by West. Another low kick. West trying to open up with the hooks. Dantas looking for one more big shot. Just missed with the left hand did Eduardo Dantas. Final seconds now. The bell in the end of the fight. Let's end all suspense with Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your judges' scorecards. Your first judge, Carlo Urso, scores the fight 29-28. He sees it for Dantas. Your second judge, Luis Colbion, scores the fight 29-28. He sees it for Ed West. Your third and final judge, Peter Rogers, scores the fight 30-27 for the winner by split decision. Now moving on to the Bantamweight Tournament Finals, Eduardo Dantas.
He's just 22 years old. He's now 12-2 in his pro MMA career, and he is a finalist in this Bantamweight tournament. Eduardo Dantas victorious, and he is with Jimmy Smith.
Now, a very tough fight. I'm with your winner, Eduardo Dantas. Eduardo, a very tough fight against Ed West. How did he feel at the end of the fight?
Luta muito dura contra o Ed West. Como é que se sentiu depois da luta?
Me senti um pouco travado, infelizmente. Não consegui soltar um pouco meu jogo. Senti alguma coisa, mas o espírito de guerreiro falou mais alto e consegui a vitória. Mas parabéns pro Ed West, um excelente atleta.
I felt a little tight in the beginning. I don't know what happened, but I felt something different, you know, but I think it's a great fight. It's a really, really good warrior, and I love the fight.
Now, how does he feel moving on to the finals in a very tough division? Two tough guys on the other side.
Como é que você se sente de mudar agora para final e dois caras do outro lado muito duros?
Espero que eu não sinta tanto Senti alguma coisa aqui que me deixou preso, mas vou cair pra dentro. Botar eu aqui vai ser show o tempo todo, vou partir pra cima o tempo todo. É meu estilo. Vou cair pra dentro.
I will fight very hard. Doesn't matter who comes for the next fight, and that's my style, aggressive. And I definitely like. I hope don't feel nothing the way I feel today to fight in the final.
Your first bantamweight finalist, Eduardo Dantas. Give it up for him.